Hello, happy Friday, everyone. I'm coming on to do the weekly Friday teaching. So if this is your first time tuning into my channel and you don't know who I am yet, my name is Stef. I'm a psychic soul alignment coach. What I do is I work with spiritual entrepreneurs to help them to do very deep levels of healing so that they're able to create their greatest level of success, influence, impact, and income. Every Friday, I come on here onto my YouTube channel to do a video teaching that I am guided to speak on as per my spirit guides. So that is what I do every Friday. I don't currently have a set time. I just show up whenever I get around to it. And so if you're new to my channel, you don't know much about my channel, I do monthly energy readings here as well every month. So I just uploaded the May 2020 energy reading. Be sure to check that out. After I do this video, I will put up the card so that you can go click on that and access it more easily. And I also upload video teachings that I do from my Facebook community or Facebook or Instagram. So I eventually end up uploading those to my YouTube channel as well. I try to do it on Mondays and Wednesdays so that you guys can get those teachings as well. They're usually uploaded about 2 weeks, 3 weeks after I've done them. But if you want to access them very quickly in the moment that I do them, I would definitely recommend that you come and connect with me via my Facebook community or Facebook or Instagram. So the links to my social media accounts and my community will be in the description of this video for you to click on to go and connect with me. Okay, cool. So the topic that I got asked to speak on today, or the message that I got asked to bring forward actually, is all on how the choices that you make now determine your soul growth, fulfillment, and success. The choices that you make right now matter a great deal. They are very important decisions and choices you have to make right now. And the reason for that is maybe you've been watching my videos lately on the Ascension process, the process that we're all going through at this time. I also did a video here on my YouTube channel on how the coronavirus is supporting the Ascension process. So I will also put that up in the cards as well for you to go click on and watch later. But we're going through this deep spiritual evolution. I've also been talking about soul growth and how it's really important for light workers, spiritual people who want to start spiritually based business to really step into their soul's purpose, because we're going through this ascension process and it's a very important time right now. I've been doing a bunch of videos, so go check those out here on my YouTube channel. There are playlists as well that talk all about these things that might interest you. But basically, okay, to finally get into this topic today, the choices that you make right now at this time matter a great deal. And the reason for that is that right now, because of the ascension process we're all going through, we've all each individually have come here to achieve a certain level of soul growth, to learn certain lessons, and to do certain things in order to support the ascension process. So for all of this to flow, for us to evolve at the level at which we intended to evolve when we came here, we need to make certain decisions that move us more and more in the direction of what we came here to do. But if you decide to choose or make decisions and choices that move you away from that, it's going to slow down your growth. It's going to back a lot of things up that is not going to be pleasant, potentially. Okay. So right now, the quarantine situation that we're all going through at this time because of the coronavirus stuff, quarantine is giving all of us an opportunity to really make some very powerful choices that will help us to really move forward powerfully in the direction we want to go in, to break free from a lot of patterns, a lot of karmic stuff that we've been replaying in many lives in this life, and to really just progress massively. Okay. Now, what's really important and what needs to be understood if you're watching this video, it's not a coincidence. You need to understand that you're here on Earth because you're here to evolve spiritually. Yes, we are here to have certain physical human experiences, and the material world is to a certain extent important to our spiritual growth. But first and foremost, it's about spiritual evolution, soul growth. This is why we're really here. And a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, my channel is mainly directed to spiritual entrepreneurs because we have important roles to play at this time and y'all need to step into them. And that's why I speak to you guys. Spiritual entrepreneurs sometimes make the mistake of getting too caught up in the physical material world, and they fixate on things that they don't need to be really giving so much importance to. They become consumed with fear and worry, and they allow that to cloud their inner guidance, and keep them from moving down the path that their soul wants them to go down in order to achieve this soul growth. So you need to understand that you are here first and foremost for soul growth. You're here to evolve as a spiritual being. So when you allow your ego to get the best of you, or you allow the physical, material, earthly world to get so much of your attention, you hold yourself back from achieving that level of soul growth. And when you don't achieve that level of soul growth that you were intended to achieve in this lifetime, what ends up happening is that in subsequent lifetimes, you're going to go through a similar kind of thing, life experience again, in order to get you back to where you left off, so that you can finish learning and growing in the way in which you intended to originally. And so this is really important, because with spiritual entrepreneurs, I see a lot of times they hold back on investing in themselves. I am very outspoken about money stuff and money beliefs and all this other stuff. If you follow me on Facebook, in my community, or other places on Facebook, you know that I talk about this all the time. And I've done videos on it. There will be a video here on the YouTube channel as well in a couple of weeks or so, where I talk about the coronavirus and money blocks, and money beliefs and stuff that I talk about, mistakes spiritual entrepreneurs make that keep them from their success and making their impact. So when those videos come up on my channel, you will see them in the cards up here, or you can scroll through my channel and look for them. But basically, spiritual entrepreneurs, a lot of times, they hold themselves back from investing in what is going to help them to achieve that soul growth, what is going to help them to break free from a lot of the patterns, what is going to help them to be able to more powerfully step into their leadership level. They hold themselves back from investing in themselves. Why? Because they allow ego to get in the way. They allow scarcity beliefs to get in the way. The physical material world gets so much of their attention and scares them and keeps them from moving forward in the way in which they feel called to move forward in. And their soul is guiding them to move down the path of, this stuff that they're being guided to go down the path of. And what happens is that they make such a big deal about the money stuff, and they're like, oh, I can't commit to paying that, because then that means this and that, and I won't have the money for this or that. And they'll allow the physical material world to hold them back from going down the path that their soul is asking them to go down. And so they resist. And they choose to not take those steps forward that they feel pulled to take, that their inner guidance is asking them to take. They choose to ignore that, to not pay attention to it, and instead go down the safe path of holding on to that job that still makes them miserable, of whatever they're doing, holding on to the money right now to pay the things right now, that immediate gratification type of stuff. They allow all of that stuff to kind of happen. And what happens is that when they don't choose to move down the direction that they feel called to go in, they don't achieve that level of soul growth that they have the potential to achieve had they taken that path originally. And when you don't go down that path of soul growth, because the physical material world and the ego get the best of you, and so you go and you go in this way instead of going down the path of soul, what happens is that you're a spiritual being, right? So you are going to eventually learn these soul lessons. And when you resist, the universe will try to redirect you back, get you back on this path again and again, to the point where if you resist long enough, then that's when the universe helps you to finally move down that path by creating intense misalignment in your life to put you on that path. So you need to understand, as a spiritual being, okay, because I know the spiritual path is not always the easiest, 100%. I totally understand this. I've been through my fair share of stuff, especially with being a psychic. But you need to understand that you're here for spiritual growth, spiritual evolution. So when your inner guidance is telling you to go down this path, it's in your highest good to listen to that and not allow the physical material world or the ego or whatever to hold you back to get the best of you, to allow yourself to be led. Because when you choose to move forward in ways that are going to support your spiritual evolution, your soul's growth, it's going to work out. The universe is going to make magic and miracles unfold for you to work all of this other stuff out that you were worried about. Because so long as you're continuously moving down the path of your soul growth, it's going to keep helping you to continue to go down that path, because that's why you're here. That's why you're here. And so you're supported. So you don't have to freak out about, oh my God, I can't invest in that thing because then, this is going to happen, or I won't have money for this and this and that. Like, you need to go down the path that is going to help you achieve this soul growth, because then everything will work out for you. It will be provided, because that's why you're here. You're here to evolve as a spiritual being. So anything you do that supports that is going to be handled by the universe. And you need to trust in that. And you need to allow yourself to be guided by that. So you need to really practice again and again to greater and greater degrees to not allow the physical material world or your ego to keep you from that soul growth. When the soul growth, when you feel that inner guidance calling you forward to do something, whatever that might be, you need to trust in it, listen to it, do it. Because that is why you're here. You're here to evolve and achieve a certain level of evolution while you are here, okay? Because your soul really wants you to learn these things in this lifetime, or to do these things in this lifetime, so you don't have to go through all the stuff again or repeat, so much of it in future lifetimes. You want to be able to get through things, in the most straightforward way possible, okay? So your decisions moving forward, the choices that you make moving forward, need to come from this soul alignment, need to come from soul and not ego. So anytime you feel pulled to go down a certain path, it feels right to you, it feels like this is the next step for you, whatever that might look like for you at this time, okay? It could be investing in something, it could be doing a retreat, it could be leaving a relationship, it could be starting a business that you're afraid to start, whatever it is that you're feeling that soul is guiding you down the path of. You need to allow yourself to be guided by soul, whatever feels right to you, even if it's scary, even if it's unknown, even if some people are not going to, vibe with it, even if it challenges some of your physical reality, whatever it is, you need to allow soul to guide you for so many reasons, okay? But one of these reasons right now is soul growth. It needs to come from soul, not ego. So don't allow your ego to hold you back. This is super important, okay? So you need to understand that because you're here for spiritual growth, for spiritual evolution, to learn your soul lessons, to evolve spiritually, you need to decide whether or not you're ready to learn these lessons or not, whether or not you want to evolve to higher levels of consciousness or not, whether or not you want to learn what you need to learn in this lifetime and do these things that you wanted to do in this lifetime, or whether you just want to keep putting it off and just have to go through the whole thing all over again in other lifetimes and give it another try. It's up to you. But if you really want to move forward with your life in the most direct way possible, in the least amount of misalignment possible, and you want to create an amazing life the fastest way possible, it's in your highest good to choose to always listen to your inner guidance, to your soul, to your higher self, whatever you call it. Okay, that inner guidance, you need to allow that to lead you forward, because you're here for spiritual evolution. It's really important to you and for many other reasons. So this is what I was saying earlier in the video with, we're here, or the choices that we make are important for several reasons. They're important for our soul growth, okay? Because we're here to grow to a certain level. And also the soul lessons that we're here to learn. If we don't learn those lessons, then we just repeat the same patterns all over again. We stay on that karmic wheel, that hamster wheel, and keep going through the same stuff. And we're here to also fulfill certain things, like certain soul contracts, certain things that we came here to do that influence other people, that are directly affect others. And with that, it means for those of you watching that are spiritual entrepreneurs especially, it's fulfilling your soul's purpose. Many of you who are spiritual entrepreneurs who feel called to help humanity awaken, to bring new healing modalities, to help people awaken to the truth of who they are, many of you who fall under this category, you are here to fulfill a soul's purpose to support the ascension process, the evolution of humanity spiritually. And so in order to fulfill this soul's purpose, you especially need to allow yourself to be led by soul and to do whatever you feel called to do that is going to allow for you to fulfill that soul's purpose. But what happens is that what gets in the way of fulfilling that soul's purpose is, again, the physical material world and the ego and the things. And we sometimes resist our soul's purpose because of these different things. And we push it away, we put it off, we just blatantly don't want to deal with it, we're afraid of it, whatever it is. And we go in this direction instead. And so you need to understand that if you choose to resist your soul's purpose, that's not just going to directly impact you in terms of your soul growth and the lessons that you're here to learn, but it's going to impact the people that you're here to, whose lives you're here to touch. Okay? If you don't step into your soul's purpose, you're not going to be able to grow on a soul level that you have the potential to grow. And you're not going to be able to allow yourself to learn the lessons that you have the potential to learn. And then, if you don't step forward, people are not going to get to connect with you, to learn who you are, to find out who you are, to learn from you, all these different things. So it has this massive ripple effect, not just on yourself, but on the entire world and the universe. And that's why it's really important for you to choose to make decisions from soul and not ego, to choose to listen to your inner guidance that is pulling you in the direction of your soul's purpose, that is pulling you in the direction of allowing yourself to be in certain situations and spaces that allow for that soul growth to happen. So you need to allow yourself to be guided by soul, because what also happens here is that as a spiritual entrepreneur, when you choose to step into your soul's purpose is going to naturally lead you into growth, soul growth and expansion. Okay. And when you step into that soul growth and expansion and you do your inner healing work and whatever else you need to do to grow and expand, it's going to naturally lead to abundance, to fulfillment, to joy, to happiness, to well-being. But if you resist the soul growth, if you resist the soul's purpose because things are getting in the way of that, whatever that may be for you, you resist that soul's purpose, you're not going to be able to grow or expand at the level at which you have the capacity to, and you're not going to get these things. You're not going to be able to create that in your reality. I know so many spiritual entrepreneurs that I've been talking to recently, I've been having consults with and supporting them. And I can just see very clearly how certain spiritual entrepreneurs are resisting their soul's purpose on so many different levels. I'm not even going to go into that right now because I could speak on that for days, but they're resisting their soul's purpose on so many levels. And so because they're resisting their soul's purpose, then they're not achieving that level of growth and expansion. And that level of growth and expansion that they're not stepping into is then manifesting in the opposite of what they want. It's manifesting in health issues. It's manifesting in challenges with money. It's manifesting in being depressed and unfulfilled and dissatisfied with life and feeling like they shouldn't even be alive. There's no point to it. But when you choose to allow your soul to lead you forward, no matter what, and you choose to then, by going forward with that soul's purpose, expand and evolve, and you're doing the necessary inner healing work, the realignment work, you're doing that stuff, then the opposite happens. Everything starts taking off. Everything starts working out. But you have to choose that. It's your choice. And I say this from experience because I've experienced this plenty of times in my life. And I talk about it in many of the different videos that I've done. I especially have talked about it in my Facebook community because I share very personal things there. I put my business out all the time, but I especially put my business out in my Facebook community. And I shared different things that I've gone through where I was I chose certain things that got me out of alignment, that got me from not really stepping into my soul's purpose or whatever it was. and then I wasn't growing, I wasn't expanding, and then there was like total misalignment in my life. But when I shifted that and I decided to get back on track and I chose my soul's purpose and I did the necessary inner healing work and I grew and I expanded, and everything started taking off and everything started, getting better and better and better, and life became more amazing again. So you have to choose. Your choices really matter a great deal. It's up to you, though, to choose to move towards your soul growth, to move towards your soul's lessons, your expansion, towards the life that you desire. It's ultimately your choice. So that is what I was asked to bring forward today. And so I really hope that this has helped you to really understand the magnitude of the choices that you make every single moment of every single day. It really does make such a big difference. And even if you make just one decision a day or just one choice at a time in your day to choose to move yourself in the direction of what's going to be supportive of your soul growth, it's before you know it, in a short time, you're going to be in a completely different space, because every time you choose your soul's growth, it's going to pay off in the end. You're going to learn so much. You're going to have a deeper connection to the divine. You're going to have a deeper connection to who you truly are. And that's going to bring you a greater level of peace, of fulfillment, of happiness, of connection to all that is. And that's something that you really can't put a price tag on. Nothing compares to having that deep connection within oneself, because of you having chosen to go down the path that you felt called to go down, which allowed for you to achieve that soul growth, that deeper connection to your truth, and then living your life from that space. It's absolutely amazing to live life from that space. But if you never choose to go down that path and evolve in this way, then you're going to continue to remain trapped in your ego construct, and you're going to continue to live life from this space, and you're going to continue to be riddled with fear and doubt and worry and hopelessness and all this other stuff. And so it's really important for us, if we want to achieve the highest level of soul growth, fulfillment, happiness, joy, abundance, we have to allow ourselves to really be led by our soul, our inner guidance, as we live our life and experiences. And anything that we choose to do that is supportive of that soul growth, that greater soul alignment, is going to work out, because that's why we're here. That's the whole purpose. The purpose of life is not to make all of this money and live in this big house and do all these different things. Those things are nice. Those things you are totally, worthy of having, and there's nothing wrong with desiring those things. But that's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to evolve spiritually. And when you evolve spiritually, all of those things naturally manifest. You don't have to try to make them happen and all this. They just naturally manifest because you're connected to who you truly are, and they will just show up. The way will be created. You will be guided. People will come to you, whatever, to create that in your reality naturally. But that's not the focus of life. The focus of life is connecting back to who you truly are. When you do this, those things just come about no matter what. So that is the message that I was asked to bring forward today. Quarantine is really giving everyone an opportunity to choose differently, to choose greater connection to source, to who they truly are, greater soul alignment, and to really make decisions at this time, choices at this time, that will help them to continue to evolve and move forward, so that when this whole quarantine experience goes away, we're able to be on this better path and be able to move down the path of our greatest fulfillment, joy, and happiness, and success and abundance. So that is the message that I got asked to bring forward today. I really hope that this has helped you in some kind of way. If it has, please give this video a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on any of these video teachings that I do on Fridays. I do teachings where I bring forward messages, whatever I'm asked to do. I would really love to hear from you in the comments below what you thought of this message today, how it resonated with you or not, how it spoke to you, and what you got out of it, because I really would like to learn, So just be very mindful, you guys. Make choices that matter. Even if that choice in this moment is choosing to change your beliefs in this moment, choosing to change your patterns, your way of thinking, of behaving, of expecting from the world, whatever it is, but every choice that you make that helps you to come back to more of who you truly are, to achieve this greater soul alignment, this soul growth, is super important at this time. So choose very wisely during these times and beyond to continue to move forward in this direction, because that's really why you're here, is to come back to your divine truth. So I really hope that this has helped you. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.